I'm Seth England. I'm CEO and co-founder at Big Rock. The simplest headline is we're a multi-faceted music company. We have a record label division. We have a music publishing division. Up until the end of last year, we also managed artists. I did that for 10 plus years. And although I loved my time doing that, I could also not be more thankful to formally move on. That's probably passing the torch to the younger crew to go run those hours and live those hours. That's the most basic, boiled down version. We're a multifaceted music company. We also do a lot of venture capital investing and early stage investing. Not all music companies, a few, but we've been involved in so many behind the scenes investments that were never public, and that's just a really cool passion of ours, and music has actually helped us find our way to those deals. So I lead a music company. We have multiple companies in that, and so sometimes I have my label hat on, sometimes I'm publishing. But those two are pretty congruent. They work together often, so it's a really synonymous task. I thought it was a big benefit for me going to a small school, especially in the types of experiences I got into. The team is big, but also it was small enough that you pretty much knew everyone's name, and it wasn't impossible to learn that, and vice versa. We actually had a lot of great retention, so my relationships, certainly my football teammates, probably became my best friends there. We still see each other minimum once a year on a big weekend trip we have together, and we just reminisce a ton. And music is very much like football, and that's a team sport. Actually, often we put the one individual on the poster, but even that individual, almost all of them, would be lying if they didn't say that it was a massive team sport. And I don't even have to try hard to stretch the comparison of what being a student athlete did in terms of my preparation one day for leadership. I think Kess was the one, or maybe he got it from someone else, where you got to make the big time where you're at. And it's a really great life lesson that no matter where you're at in your stage in life, that you have to treat every opportunity as if it's the big time. And if you're not treating it like the big time, who else is going to treat you like that? So that'll come up often with artists who have creative questions and, should I do this first, or should I do that first, or should I go ahead and add this element in my show now, or should I do it later? And typically my answer is now. You got to make the big time where you're at, and if you don't do it, no one's going to do that for you. Even before I left, there was always going to be a connection. It was such a unique experience. I know my first year when Kess was there, I was thinking about this the other day, some of the things he would say in front of 50, 60 young men and parents after we got beat by 50 points. And we were all sitting there like, we're pretty bad. We're not very good that particular year. And how he would use those moments and what he would say, love the challenge. You gotta love the challenge. I'll never forget that moment. But I'll never forget the emotion in his face when he was like, no, I'm not happy you lost, but I'm thankful we're here right now because this is what you need to hear. And he was like, you gotta love the challenge. You gotta wake up every day and know you got beat by 50 points or whatever it was, and we're gonna go back to practice Monday. And if you don't love the challenging parts of it, then this isn't made for you. And I thought that was brilliant because it was like so many things in music happen. This business is filled with no's all the time for the artist, for the show they want, for the record label they want to be with, or whatever it is. And if you take a no and you let yourself sink, so I know what's going to happen, but if you love the challenge, I don't know what's going to just keep going and respond to the next. So there's so many parallels in that the resiliency needed in music is very similar in sports, and I think because of people like that, my connection with Greenville State, I just say things instinctively. That was during my time there, whether I remember it some days or not.